Are you looking for inspiration to move abroad and tired of where you live? We have collected the best countries to live in 2023 with locations that offer a high standard of living, quality public services, and beautiful landscapes. So with nearly the entire world now open, the visitors in 2023 are excited to explore the world. So these are top 10 countries to live for in 2023. Number 10 is Japan. Japan, with nearly 125 million residents, spreads across 421 inhabited islands in so many different ways of life. From the bamboo forests and historic temples of Tokyo to snow-capped volcanoes, cherry blossom trees, and idyllic mountain villages. So the tropical beaches of Okinawa and the largest city of the world and Tokyo, you might expect Japan to struggle keeping things organized. Not only is this gorgeous country home to some of the most cleanest and safest cities, however, it's also one of the most technologically advanced nations with the best rail system, insanely quick enter that over 5 million vending machines, and even heated toilet seats. A big reason for this is the country's emphasis on educating the youth to not just do the same bare minimum, but rather constantly innovate and problem solver. In fact, Japan's schooling system is the second best of the world and the most equal in terms of poor and rich students receiving similar quality of education. Below this is great for the economy, which is the third largest of any nation, with the GDP of 4.41 trillions and unemployment rate of just 2.6. Number 9. The Netherlands. It's a miracle that the Netherlands even exists with settlements area located below sea level and nearly 50% of its population living below sea level. In fact, if it weren't for the ingenuity of the countries, many canals and pumps of the country would be underwater at high tide. The fact that it is also one of the top 10 best countries just proves the Dutch are overachievers, but they are overworked. The Netherlands has the shortest average work week and just 30.3 hours to go along with 29 paid vacation days. But because they don't work as much as the Dutch are more productive, with the time they do work, leading to a GDP per capita of 70 gra ensures taxes are quite high, but the residents don't stress spending more since they know the money is being put to good use. The schools are fantastic. The hybrid public-private healthcare systems, where insurance companies are required to accept everyone on the same premium, is highly ranked, and the pension plan is the second best on earth. Plus, the Netherlands still is the second highest net after tax income of any country at $53,100. Number 8. Finland. Well, the Dutch are very happy and friendly people. Finland has been the happiest country for 7 years running, and its capital is the happiest city. And it's not just because Finland drinks way more coffee than any other nation, although with how cold and dark it can get. I don't blame them. The Lapland region is also one of the best places to view the northern lights. However, with the cleanest air and water quality on earth, and 31st fully paid vacation days to enjoy the gorgeous untouched forest, river, and lakes, which makes up 85% of the country. Starting with the number 1 ranked schooling system, where testing doesn't exist, teachers preach cooperation over competition, and students work in whichever way is best suited for them. University and trade school are also free for everyone, and with the third lowest poverty rate of just 5.7%. Number 7 is Canada. 1/3 of both Finland and Canada lie north of the Arctic Circle and thus experienced both the polar night and frigid temperatures. Canada is 30 times the size of Finland. Although if you love wildlife and vast, breathtaking landscapes, Canada is the one to visit. Canada is both a multicultural and educated nation, with 23% of the population being born in another country and 60% holding a post-secondary degree, and it was just ranked as the best country for both immigrants and students. This has led to one of the most diverse economies with the 7th highest average annual wage of $55,400, and now it's no wonder Canadians are so friendly. Number 6. Iceland. Let me just say, Iceland is the most magical place I've ever visited. From black sand beaches to glaciers and plethora of volcanoes, Iceland is the most otherworldly place on Earth. The fact that it offers such a high quality of life is just the icing on the cake. Not only is Iceland home to the lowest poverty rate of just 4.9%, and second highest average income of nearly 68 grand, it's also the best country for equality in the workforce, offers 12 months of paid family leave, at least 24 days paid vacation time, the #1 retirement pension plan, great quality universal health care, and free university. Number 5. Australia. Australia is the largest island in the US, features 34,000 kilometers coastline, including many beaches on Earth, and with half of its 26 million residents living in the 3 largest cities, this largely untamed continent is home to so many breathtaking landscapes with 685 national parks, many of which you can get hold yourself. There's the reason 90% of Australians live in urban areas, which takes up just 0.22% of country's landmass. However, because there are some of the best cities in the world with thriving economies, Australia has the highest average annual salary with highest minimum wage and 3.4% unemployment rate and a $1.7 to $5 trillion GDP, which continues to grow by 11% each year in large part due to the abundance of highly educated immigrants, and even if they weren't educated, it would be much of a problem since Australia also has some of the best schools and universities. Number 4. Norway. A country with mountainous and some of the most beautiful views is jaw-dropping. The country has 47 national parks, which remain remarkably clean. Now, to be fair, a big chunk of Norway's wealth comes from exporting petroleum and gas, but Norway itself is very eco-friendly, and since the government is the 4th least corrupt, any surplus profit is invested back into the government pension fund, which then directly funds Norway's wonderful society safety nets. 7.6% of GDP is spent on education. Number 3. Ireland. Well, if you've been sleeping on it, wake up, because Ireland is the most safest country with excellent schools and healthcare system, and it's home to the 4th lowest poverty rates due to its booming economy. The Irish are second most educated populace, with 53% of residents holding a post-secondary degree, which combined with its very friendly tax code compared to most other EU countries, has led many large US companies such as Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, and Google to place their EU headquarters here. This has created an outstanding job market with the 3rd highest GDP per capita at 131 grand and makes Ireland the best country for Americans to move to based on ease of transition. Number 2. Denmark. The Danish language might have no words for please, but it doesn't need one because everyone is so darn nice. And why wouldn't they be when they are the 2nd happiest country in large part and evaluate human connection and socializing over work, and in fact, Denmark has the 2nd shortest average work week at just 33.7 hours. Denmark is the also 2nd safest country with the best healthcare system, 2nd best work-life balance or lowest poverty rate, 4th best scoring system, and 5th highest average annual wage, $1,400, drop seldom occur. Yes, taxes can get high with the top bracket paying 52%, but since they are highly educated and very politically active with an 84% voter turnout, the government, which is hyper, The least corrupt of any nation actually sources residents, unlike some countries. Now, before we get to number 1, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. And I also wanted to give another quick honorable mention to Hong Kong, because if it were recognized as a country, it would certainly make this list. Despite being a small, beautiful Iceland city, Hong Kong has managed to perfectly implement the best of both Eastern and Western society to become one of the most advanced, culturally diverse, and modern cities in the world, with the highest life expectancy and overall quality of life flows to economy is incredible. And before you ask, yes, the US does excel in many categories, with by far the best economy and highest averaging, but there is also a huge division of wealth, leading to one of the highest poverty rates among developed nations. So, without further ado, number 1, Switzerland in this world. You get what you pay for, and yes, the most expensive country is also that, because outside of the ridiculous cost of living, there isn't anything Switzerland does. They got the 3rd highest life expectancy of 84 years, and by far the highest average after-tax net income at $69,400, which is 25% higher than the next country. It should come as no surprise that Switzerland has the highest quality of life on earth and is the best country to live in 2023, especially if you're surrounded by views like this.